Hello everyone, my name is Annual and today we're going to be talking about Arunka after release. It's been about 1 or 2 weeks and basically the builds that you want to run on her. So as you can see, I've tried to show my defense, which did rack up some wins. You can see it's at a roughly 40%, which honestly means it's getting hit a lot, but it also means that it's doing pretty well. And it has boss Arunka herself on it with Destina, Ilnov, and Harsetti. But let's just show off the builds and just walk you through which builds I think will be the best for Arunka. Now first and foremost, I think her best build for most players will probably be tank build. The reason for this is that it's generally more easier for any player to build a tank build. You just literally can slap on the triple HP set, 2 defense set, 2 HP, 2 piece immunity, freaking protection set. Like, you can literally do anything as long as it gets you the stats that you need to make her as tanky as possible. For me, I'm running a triple set myself, double HP with immunity set. That's why I can have a good amount of defense, and then the rest of the stats are coming from my sets. And immunity set just because of how important it is for a current meta. The reasoning for this build is after Renok's release, it made it a lot easier to deal with Arunka. Now, although I will say that she is still extremely tanky in Renok comps, but generally if you do not have the protection of Fallen Cecilia or Emperor Ilnov, she is going to take a boatload of damage on her first couple of turns, which makes it very easy to push through her. Running a tank build like this makes it a lot harder to beat through Arunka, so that strategy won't 100% work, and you can still use Arunka and get through the fight. So this is kind of the stat line that you want to kind of go for. I think this might be a little bit too high for like the general player. So like if you take a look at this build, another way you can go about it is maybe a little bit closer to as high as defense as you can possibly go, and then maybe above like 25k HP it should be doable. And you can run any combination of HP, defense, or right side as long as you are just bulking up as much as you can possibly can and giving yourself enough effect resistance so you can resist any debuffs. If you can go above 100, that would be great. 110 would be favorable because even with this amount of ER, I still get tagged. So what's her other build? Now I kind of don't want to go through all my gear to find it, so I'm just going to hope that auto build can cook it, but I'm pretty sure you can already tell it is counter. Now I think personally the counter build is a little bit harder to run because it's a little bit too gear heavy for the general player, as well as it just takes it's just a little bit too much. It's just way too stat heavy for the general player. But your stat line will look something like this. You definitely want HP, which is kind of the biggest issue with the counter build, because you want to be as close to 3k defense as possible. You're going to be using Moas or Rocket Punch as your artifact, and then your defense wants to be somewhere around 3k. Now the reason that you want to be above 21k HP is because of Renok. And if you are below 21k HP, if you do not have that protection of Fallen Cecilia and Ilnov, you're just going to get absolutely ran down and lose most of your HP to where she can't survive. Now granted, if you do have your stats as in like 3k defense and like maybe around this much HP, you can survive in like Harsetti matchups, but if you're getting aggressed on, it's going to be a little bit harder. So pretty much that's just the gear score here. So I do think that the tank build is better. It just does a lot more for you, especially if you're bringing the appropriate supports to back you up. So I'll just go do a little showcase, although it won't really be a showcase because, you know, what's there to show about Arunka that's meant here to tank? So we'll just pop in a little team here to show it off, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're gonna bring in DN, we're gonna bring in our Lethe. This is a little bit of a, it's a random Lethe I made. It has triple HP right side, and it doesn't even finish its 2B set, but I'm pretty sure Lethe should be able to beat down through this team here. Unfortunately not to the Renok. I think that may be an issue, but I don't know if I should care. And what could possibly go wrong? Let's So it's okay, it's okay. So we're just gonna play leapfrog here. Now if we don't land our frostbite, we're probably in trouble. Which I don't think we have enough effectiveness to do so. So we might actually be in trouble. So Celine goes here. And she's gonna do Celine things. So out of fear of this thing stripping my anti-crit, we're just gonna go for barrier here. And then we just go for S3. And as you can see, Renak took so much. If you saw my build screen, I had around 30k HP. Now, of course, if you have more HP, it's going to steal more HP from you. But I had almost 30k HP, and I'm down to 23 now for Renak. If you're running like a 20k build, you're going to be at around 17k, which is really low and leaves you very vulnerable. So if you have if they have like any follow-up DPS like Janua or something, you're going to be in the very bad spot. So we're just gonna go for S1 here and save our burn for next turn. And as you can see on this tank build, this Arunka is struggling now. We do have our Ilanav here so absorbing some of the damage, but you can just see how extremely bulky Arunka is, and she's taking literally 0 damage. Literally 1000, and here comes Celine and she does 2000 damage. Oh, she got a provoke off, or the end cut here, and we're gonna go for a burn. Oh, we're not got a second S2 off, but not that it matters to us because we're extremely bulky. Alright, we go for burn here. And we didn't land frostbite, but I don't think it really matters. This should get us down to... Oh, she tagged me. I had ER. This is exactly what I was talking about by having ER doesn't do much. But yeah, that took Arunka down to the killing range, so I think we should be a-okay here. We didn't kill though, so that means they can still revive, but we can figure it out. So we'll go for ST here. I'm gonna chip onto the Renak here. The Renak shouldn't be able to kill, which is the good part. Okay, frostbite doesn't affect damage limit, so we're just gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna keep going in onto this FCC here. I'm gonna keep going on FCC for chip. She did get S3 off, but this is why we saved our burn for a Lethe here. So hopefully we can strip and not care. Ah, that's a problem. Okay, we're going to hit... Okay, we're going to hit the Celine here and crit. Yeah, no. That is okay, we're on revenge. So we'll definitely get our speed back. We'll hit here. Now we're going to need our Celine to take a second turn. Our Celine. We're going to need our Lethe to take another turn. And you can just see how tanky this double oath build is. We're taking no damage. Literally 700 damage. And we just got a rocket punch pop and we're doing a-okay. Now if you're on rocket punch, you may have an easier time fighting this. But if you're fighting against F Fallen Cecilias, then your pop damage from MOS is not going to do anything. That is something very important to note. We're actually going to shove an S3 into Renak here to get a death break up if we can. That way our... That's perfect. We'll just S3 here. Perfect. Push up here. We go for burn. And we will finish off the tank here, which can only get revived, and it heals up our team. And this lane once again goes into Arunka and did 0 damage. Did I convince you to build tank build yet? Well, she got a counter off here. Unfortunate. But we can actually pull... Oh, I don't think... No, we wouldn't have pulled Luthi because we don't have attack buff on her. But if she was our highest attack on the team and we pulled dual attack, it could have procced the Omen, I think. I've done it before, but I think you need to be on 3 stacks. This lane tries again. Literally cannot kill me. 3 stacks on the Omen and we kill. I wonder if this is free Lethe promotion for you. Build Lethe. Oh. 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 Wait. Oh no. Easy. Okay. Anyways, the video was kind of long, so I'll leave it there. Well, but I do think that those are like the 2 best builds you should probably go for on your Arunka. And I showcased the tank one, which is kind of like any like ideal situation like that. She's gonna take like literally 0 damage and just tank everything. So it's gonna be like really good for you. Anyways, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys next time.